this is Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Today is a very, very popular topic out there, and I'm hoping to get through this without my video getting pulled or some kind of ding. So bear with me, and also just keep in mind, I think we can all read between the lines here. I have to somewhat alter some words in the way that I phrase and say things because there's certain just buzzwords that are being censored out there. So one of the things that really struck me as odd when I went to my blog, pull requests, see what's going on, and I go through my email, I had 14 things flagged in my spam because they had, I'm going to call this person Stine. Hopefully that's far enough away that it's not too flagged, in my spam. So I know there's some kind of scrub going on the internet where they're trying to have this topic not talked about, or they're trying to alter the way that it's coming through to try to change the perception of the masses out there and maybe be led to believe a different way because it doesn't fit a certain narrative. So saying that, I realize this is a very highly censored subject. So hopefully this video will stay up for a little while. Okay. Question. I had several questions sent to me, so I just threw some up here just to get my mind going and forming my intent to be able to really focus on what happened. One says, Lynn, bless your heart, please look into Stine. Was he assassinated? Is it a cover-up to keep him safe until he spills the beans? Suicide? Really? Thanks for all you do for humanity. Someone else said, hey, Lynn, J. Epstein, suicide. Was it a suicide murder? Is he still alive? Just when we think the terrible truth is about the human trade business he was in and the vast network will be revealed, this happens. Another question. Can you look into J. Epstein scandal? Apparently he has links to powerful people with regards to human trade. The media claims he failed at attempts of suicide in jail. Now it's reported he hung himself. What really happened? So there's so much going on out there. People wonder, is he alive, hiding? Did this really happen? Who's behind it? All these kind of things. And so, I'm reading all these questions. I'm understanding what's going on in the media, but I'm trying to figure out, what's the real truth behind all this. So, kind of put that intent out there. I let it just sit, fizzle, whatever. And I really wanted to just blank myself out and see what happened. And, when I tune into this topic, I just had this overwhelming feeling of just this disappointment and frustration. And it's like the energy around this just feels so defeated. When you think about the topic, it's like you just see these people like, they're just so frustrated because they finally thought, justice, and they thought that this ring he was a part of was going to be exposed. And people are so sick of watching people with money, power, and influence just buy their way out of doing these horrific things to people. Wrong is wrong, and people want to see justice finally prevail. And then they think that there's going to be justice, and it was like this event made it feel like the light at the end of the tunnel just went dark. So I first got that just overwhelming emotion. I feel like there's some huge collective that felt that exact same way. So I thought, okay, I want to look at what really happened. What's going on here? And I do get that he was guarded. They watched him very intently. And everyone knew that this was a very high profile person, and they just had so much faith in what this testimony was going to do. He was a very powerful link. There was no doubt about it, in revealing information and getting this element of justice put into motion. But just as much as people wanted the truth, there's this other group of people that was on his list that did not want the truth. I call them the PTW, the powers that were, because I don't want to give them any more power than what they really already have. But they wanted this ring to be kept quiet. They don't want their reputation tarnished. They don't want to be put through a trial. They don't want to be investigated. They don't want all these other things. So these people wanted to keep him quiet just as much as this other group wanted him to speak and, sing like a bird, so to speak. So it looks like at first, you know, Epstein wasn't as cooperative, but when he really saw the reality of what was going to happen, whether in prison, out of prison, he didn't feel like he had much hope. It was like he was so deep in this and there was so much evidence. He knew he wasn't going to get out. And at some point, he was going to lose his life. He didn't know how or when or how this would play out, but he deep down knew that. And part of him, he did feel guilty and he wanted to like rectify some kind of wrong. Not that you could ever make it completely right, but he was almost like, if I'm going down, what do I have to lose? I might as well bring a few people down with me too. And he thought maybe somehow there would be some element of it being less on him. I don't know. He just had all these thoughts in his mind. He didn't know what was the right thing to do, the wrong thing to do. You can't make it right. He knows he's not getting away with it. He knows he's probably going to be killed in some way or another, or his life is going to be completely torturous. He did not have good odds, and he knew that. So when they started to get the evidence, they started to compile all this, I get that, you know, out of all this guilt and this realization, he decided to be a little more cooperative. Maybe not full on board cooperative, maybe not like writing out, you know, journals and so forth, but a little more cooperative. Well, the PTW, they panic. They completely freak out, and they knew they had to act quick before he revealed anything more than what, you know, he already had. Evidence, yes, is bad, but having someone who can support the evidence or can make sense of things that maybe there's some question on, that is so much worse. And they knew that they had to just eliminate this. They had to get rid of it. And so they set up this plan. They set up a plan to basically take him out. And at the night when it happened, there was some glitch in their surveillance, which allowed an opportunity to have someone intervene. I see this person, they're wearing a hoodie. They're all black. I can't see their face. Everything is so shaded, but it's like I see this black hoodie, and they approach him and they offer him a way out. And it was almost like there was this very short conversation, because the time frame for this was very short, but nonetheless there was some kind of conversation, and they basically said, hey, we're offering you a way out. And, you know, basically the way out was he had to take himself out. He didn't want to do it, but I got that family and other people were threatened. That basically, okay, I'm not just offering you, I'm telling you this is the way it's going to be. And they were telling him and giving him like, okay, it has to look self-inflicted. Like, they couldn't go in there and have signs of struggle. You can't go in there and see a black eye, bruised ribs, something broken, and had to look completely self-inflicted. So they move forward from that. I see this guy in the hoodie hand him this pill, and it looked like a really dark red kidney bean. I don't know what kind of pill it was, but I saw him take it, and it looks like he chewed it, which was strange. He didn't just swallow it. It was like he chewed this pill, and within moments of chewing it, he died. And so this hoodie person actually was the one that hung him and left him there to be found later. And I had this thing come to me, and I did the reading that, you know, I'm guessing a toxicology report wasn't done. When you find someone like that, it's kind of assumed the cause of death, and you haven't taken it a step further to really look at it or determine, you know, was there foul play, was there anything else involved. So that was something that came to me as I was doing the reading. And what I really wanted to know was who hired this hoodie person. And I got that there was a long list of people that wanted all of this to be gone, but the person's with a connection that made the call. And I also get they did it because they want to get in good graces with the higher ups of the PTW. I can't say their name, but I can say it rhymes with Flinton and starts with a C. So I'll let you draw your own conclusions from there. And that was all I had for this really sad, very depressing reading. You know, I really see truth prevailing in the end. It's just going to take a little longer, but I do get the wheels are set in motion. So that is a positive takeaway from this. So keep hopeful of that. And that was all I really had. Again, please like me, share me, all those great things. They help me so much in this very censored shadow banned world that we live in. So I appreciate all the help and assistance with that. And again, I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Thank you. Bye.